develop a sense of trust with them. How have you been doing that? With the customers that you're working with? You're doing a lot of things you probably aren't even aware that you're doing.
Yeah.
So and if all of you have success and you have customers, I want you to go back and look at those sales interactions with them, because it worked for them to start making note of what you're doing. You're probably doing the same thing, but you just might not know you're doing the same thing, right? And you look at what's working. And then, like I work with Katie, and I'm having her write down all the objections she's getting. Because then we're going to work with those to find out what they really mean. Because if you don't pay attention to the objections and you try and talk your way around those, you're not going to make any headway.
Have you asked your previous clients why they do business with you?
Yeah, that's a good one.
No, I haven't.
Why not?
I do.
I don't know. You just haven't gotten to it yet, or?
Yeah.
And
think about it.
And then also, if you ask your previous clients, what can I do better?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
I'd like to interject something, because you just got a client today. Because you've talked to me before, and I said, yeah, I wanted it, but I didn't come through with it. You know, I was like, I got to move and everything. But when you talked about the overwhelm, the first thing I thought is my time. I am so overwhelmed, and I'm not organized. And my husband said, when I get to a different level in my business, I can hire a housekeeper. I can't get to that level until I get that room organized. I'm stopping my creativity. So I was going to get your card and have you come over for a consultation.
All right. What made you make that decision?
Because she said the overwhelm. And that was huge. And then I'm thinking, and then when you said the time, and I wanted to say to her, say you will have the time if I can keep the overwhelm from being there. You will gain that time. And I'm thinking, I will have so much time and my business will grow if I have that organized. If I know what to do, because I am totally lost. I do not know how to organize that office. And I go in there, and it's like Alice in Wonderland. I can't get out. I'm glad.
And thank you for sharing that. So, and the other part of that is not only the time and the money, but the stress it creates.
Yes, I want peace. I want peace in my business. And I go in that office, and I'm like,
so,
oh!
So gave you some good nuggets. You speak to the overwhelm. You speak to the time. You speak to the stress.
Absolutely. Those are good. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Creativity.
And the lack of creativity.
When I was in college, and I married also in college, my husband could come home and know when I had a paper to write, because our house was immaculate. Because I can't write in my house. I can't even write if there's crap on my desk.
Yeah. Well, when I was in the
It's
cake
clean every
business,
day.
I used to wash dishes. After every project was completed, or parts that I could, I would go and wash dishes. Because getting organized cleared my brain to let in the next project. Right, and that repetitive in the warm water where I'm just mindlessly, you can wash dishes blindfolded, right? It would let that, just what you talked about, it would let the creativity come in. And it was a peaceful, repetitive thing to do. Like if you're stressed out a lot, knit, because knitting is the most, it gets your mind in a trance and you calm down. You knit. Yeah, knitting is really a calming effect. So speak, what did we just say? Speak to the overwhelm. Speak to the time issue. Everybody's worried about time. These gadgets we all carry around with us that are supposed to help us take up more time than we ever needed. I mean, we ever used before. It's so time consuming. So time is big. It's a huge issue.
But I would imagine that I would say something like, some of my clients have found that they, instead of me just saying, well, you're going to have so much more time.
Absolutely. Case studies, state case studies, tell stories. How many stories have I told you today? Lots of stories.
Can you wrap a case study around the story? Rather than as a case study. I think that would be great. I think that'd be that would be pretty helpful.
You know what else she got me? It's before I really don't have that much money. But when you said free consultation, I said I can get her in my space. And she could show me what she can do, and I could work out what I could do money-wise. I would know. I would have that information. And then I can go from there, because you do what you promise, I will find the money. I don't care where I'll find that money to get it.
because here's what Sue Lynn's saying. She wants this. Emotionally, she really wants this. She needs it, but she wants it more right now, right? So you can tap into that place where they just really have that desire. And so you've got some barriers to go through because you got to get through the embarrassment part, which will be a door. I don't want you to come in my house because, right?
Well, and I think some people would think it's more expensive than it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
You might be surprised at how expensive it actually is. And
So what in any kind of interaction, whether it be sales or networking or whatever, the golden rule is you move by invitation. And so just what Connie said, here's how you do that by invitation. Would it be okay if I told you a little bit about how my services can help you? Would it be okay if I told you about what kind of pricing we offer to see which one is a fit for you? The assumption is they're going to say yes. We're just trying to line up the puzzle pieces so they drop. So you move by invitation. That is such a welcoming place because most people just bowl their way in. And I see that in networking meetings. You're talking away and somebody comes over, well, hi, Steve, how are you? He goes, excuse me, am I chopped liver here? I was in conversation with him.
yeah.
You know, they just don't see you because they're on a mission for the ladies' man, right? So you move by invitation. And you get the invitation by just asking. Most people are going to always say yes. Would it be okay if I told you a little bit more about what I do? There's a part of it's going to go, no, I don't really want to know. But what's going to come out of the mouth is, yes.
Yes. They don't.
Right. So tell me, so ask me, invite me in further.
Would it be okay if I told you a little bit about my service and the pricing that we offer so that's like work for you?
See, that feels really comfortable to me. Again, remember, it's about how I feel. Right? So yes, that'd be great.
Okay.
Then what?
Oh. Well, I always offer a free consultation because we look at your space and see what you're trying to get to, what your vision is. And I charge this much per hour as a nominal, you know?
Not yet.
Yeah, you're way early on.
So the thing you want to do is, when I say yes, you want to nail me down. And you give me a choice. It's an invitation. Well, I offer a free consultation. And let me see, I have space on my calendar on Monday at 3 or Thursday at 2. Which one of those would be better for you? It's 2 choices, invitation. And you go, let me just look. And you get the calendar out on your phone or wherever. And you keep working that until they say, they pick one. You never let them walk away without the next date blocked in your date book. And then you can say, well, I'm happy to come to you, and if you're willing to let me look at your space, or I can meet you where it's convenient for you. Which one of those would be better for you? Vanilla or chocolate? Right? Round or square? Too many options sends people into overwhelm, and of course, overwhelm is always
No.
No. Well, I might, if somebody responded that way when I had said yes, you can't tell me more about your product and service, I would be like, well, I'd like to hear a little bit more about it now. Not set an appointment and hear about it later. I want to hear a little bit more about it now.
You've had people say that to you?
No, that's my own response.
Okay, but what have people said to you? It's not based on what you.
I've never said that before.
Okay, so then just make a note. How do people respond when they say that? When you say that to them? If you've tapped into that place of the value and the relief and getting them out of the stress and the overwhelm, that pain point, then you want to invite them into the next step. So you're stair-stepping these people along. You want to invite them into the next step of engagement with you, which would be what? The appointment.
Yeah,
Free consultation. Okay. So how are you going to invite me into that?
Well, I always offer a free consultation, and I have time this Thursday at 3 and also next Tuesday at 11.
Good, except, does that make me feel special when she says I always do that?
I will offer you.
I'd be so happy to offer you, to make time to offer you a free consultation. That makes me feel, that's about how I want to feel, right? When you say I always do this, that means you don't do chopped liver again.
Could you close it by saying, when would you like to take advantage of this?
Never.
Never say
No.
Never, no. It doesn't.
To open, yeah.
Because that advice would just say no.
Advice on the 12th of never is when I
Well,
like
you
to take
never wanna
advantage of
ask-
this, right?
Right.
Unless you know the answer to the question. Never ask a question that can be answered with yes or no.
Mhm.
Unless you know it's gonna be a yes, never ask a question that can be answered with yes or no.
Thanks. So tell me again about this free consultation and invite me in.
Well, I would be happy to offer you a free consultation.
Really? Wow, that makes me feel special. Okay.
And I have time on Tuesday at 3 or next Thursday at 10. Which of those would work best for you?
Well, I don't know. I don't have my calendar with me. Ever heard that one?
Yes. No problem.
No problem.
Let's go ahead and just schedule this time, and if that doesn't work for you, we'll work out another time.
Good answer.
Or I'll
But-
call
but-
you tomorrow to confirm it, then you get their contact information that way.
Good answer. But here's my pet peeve. Hate the statement, no problem. Because that implies there was a problem.
Right.
Okay. Or just say that's great.
Or I understand.
Or, you know what? Why don't you just make a tentative an appointment anyway, and then I'll confirm it with you and make sure that fits into your calendar. How does that feel? Okay. So is this helpful?
Yes.
Okay, so close me.
Okay. Well, let's just make it an appointment and I'll call you from there.
You didn't
I'm
say
busy.
when.
I'm busy. I'm busy. Yeah, you didn't say when. Yeah, you didn't say when.
Oh, well, I said that before.
Okay, well, just do it again.
Okay.
My mind's wandered off. I'm thinking about the Starbucks I'm gonna go buy me. Come on, reel me back in.
I would be happy to offer you a free consultation with tomorrow at 11 work better or next Thursday at 3.
I don't have my calendar with me, so I don't know.
Well,
Because I'm a very busy person.
you must be. I know you're very busy, so what if we just go ahead and set a tentative consultation time and I'll check with you tomorrow and confirm that.
That feels good. How's that feel?
But when you didn't say when. Why don't we set a tentative appointment for 10
You have
o'clock
to say the
tomorrow
time
morning?
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
specific.
10 o'clock
Yeah.
tomorrow morning, and I'll call you later today to confirm, or next Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can even get, I'll call you today at 3 to confirm our consultation tomorrow at 10.
And I think you need to have your calendar available so you can write it in there.
Yeah.
Always have a calendar,
Yes.
Because that commits, because if they see you write, that makes them feel good if you write that in your calendar.
It makes them feel good, but it also
Commits them.
makes them feel obligated.
You want me to say it again?
So is that the end? Everybody's at the end?
Yeah, because the best part about it is you never had to give a price. You never had to give the price for your service until after you look at their space.
Good point. And we actually never talked about what you did. We talked more about how I felt. And I was willing to take her up on her free consultation. Because even just offering it to me made me feel special. and she tapped into the way I felt, made me believe she understood what my needs were and how I really felt, versus just telling me all about what she does. That doesn't matter, doesn't make me feel special. It's not about me when you dump what you do on top of me. It's about you dumping what you do on top of me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So how are you feeling about this?
Very good. Okay. You're asking me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm asking you about this process.
Very great.
What's the value you receive from doing this?
It's a process that it's going to make me feel more like they really want my service, and they're going to see me as an expert, and it'll make me feel better about myself, because I am genuinely interested in providing the service. But on one of my list things was, even though I feel that I'm genuine, they may just see me as cheesy or just trying to sell something.
Yeah, that's the story you're trying to tell yourself. So what I invite you to do is just to practice this, volunteers to practice it with, right? And it's one of those practice makes perfect things, and you're always going to have the next level of obstacle or the next level of stuff that comes up inside of you, but if you practice and you start becoming more comfortable with this, your clients will too. And I also invite you to get your energy up.
Yeah.
When you're doing a sales conversation, you're really taking people on a roller coaster ride. You want the energy to go up, and you want the energy to go down into the pain. You want to go up into the vision, you go down into the pain, and you want to go up into the vision. But in order to do that, people are more inclined and attracted to people that have high energy than they are low energy. And here's psychologically why. It takes a lot of energy to clean up the mess. They're going to want to know that you can do that for them. So you have to act as if that you can do that for them. And it's a psychological thing. They may not articulate that at all. But you're so relaxed, I would go, man, she's going to take 5 years to clean up.
No, normally I ignore it.
But you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so is this good?
Yes.
Thank you.